Welcome all. Good morning and good evening. This is the 15th IWSP session, live session. Today we are having it. So thank you so much for joining. This is an interesting topic today. So Dr. Sharma is going to talk about meditation and gene expression, followed by Swamiji. We are going to take us on meditation. So it is going to be more of a meditation, a little more on scientifically and then experientially. Both we are going to experience it. That's what I was keep mentioning in the WhatsApp group. Don't miss today's session. It's very, very important in terms of scientifically as well as experientially. So followed by Swamiji's meditation, and then we do have our small closure song also. Many people are asking that why are we not putting those little bit of fun element which we do at the end. If not for IWSP, why not for life? So we thought, okay, let us do that. So we do have that. So stay till the end. So with this, we are already a little late. So we'll go ahead straight away with Dr. Sharma's presentation. Dr. Sharma, over to you.
Thank you. Okay, so you are going to have, actually you're going to do a meditation with Swamiji, and he's also going to elaborate on the benefits of meditation. But there is something very topical and new and upcoming where people have actually been looking at how can meditation change your genetic expression. So there are a lot of words here, so I'll try and simplify as much as possible. So what you're seeing in the right-hand square panel is actually a DNA strand. And in that strand is actually all the information is packed in the packets, and these packets are called genes. So if you want to look at it this way, how does from generation to generation information, which is genetically inherited, transmits? So you can think about it that inside this cell is a nucleus. In this nucleus is the DNA, and in the DNA are small packets of genes in which you can say there's a little piece of paper on which information is written, that this is the information written and please transmit this to our next generation. So that's the simplest way to look at it. Now, what is written in the genes is actually your genetic inheritance. So pay attention to this carefully. What is written inside that package and given to you from your father and mother is called the genetic information. So as if it is a letter that your parents wrote, that this is how you are going to lead your life. So think about for now a gene as a letter on which the information is written. Now you have a choice. You can follow what your parents wrote on that piece of paper and do exactly as the piece of paper says, or you can change it. So because you have a capacity to change, that capacity to change how that genetic information in that letter expresses in your life and your body, that is called genetic expression. So it's like you can say you have an emotion inside, but unless you bring it on your face, it's not expressed. Same way you have genetic information inside, but what you show outside is what the expression is. So what is implicit in this statement? What is implicit in this statement, therefore, is first that you are not the victim of your genes. Whatever is the genetic information which is coded, you have a way to change it. So if you do meditation on a regular basis, and there have been studies as short as 4 to 6 weeks, your genetic expression changes. How does it change? Certain genes which are harmful to you are downregulated. In other words, their expression is minimized. And certain other genes, which are beneficial, their expression is overexpressed, is modulated up. It's called upregulation. So that you express those genes which are beneficial for you more. And when that gene expresses that information in a beneficial manner, this information then gets taken through a complex mechanism from DNA to RNA, RNA to ribosome. Ribosome is the factory that manufactures all proteins. And those genes that are upregulated, then they start producing the proteins or substances which are beneficial to the body. And the genes that are downregulated, they stop producing the material which is detrimental to the body. And this is the basis of genetic expression modification that leads to wellness with meditation. Okay, so we have talked about stress in detail. So I'm going to take it a step further. And every time I talked about stress, remember I talked with reference to our mind and body. And I also discussed in detail that if you are stressed, then your sympathetic nervous system is activated. When it is activated, there are a lot of things that it does that we told you at that time through epinephrine and norepinephrine. So that was the chemical basis of how it hurts. But now today, we are going more towards the genetic basis. So when the sympathetic nervous system is activated, there is certain protein that is called NF-κB, its production increases. So what happens is that when you meditate, right, you reduce the NF-κB. When you're stressed out, you increase NF-κB. So for now, let us say you are stressed. When you're stressed, right, then this information goes from your brain, goes to your genes. Your genes do what is called transcription. So DNA does a simple thing called transcription. Remember I told you your genes is a letter that your parents wrote to you, how you will lead your life. It is already pre-written. Now this pre-written letter is transcribed again from DNA to RNA. So what is transcription? You know what transcription is. Transcription means dictation. You know, you tell your secretary, transcribe a letter for me, right? So she transcribes that. So which means whatever DNA tells gets replicated on the RNA. So this RNA now takes this letter to the ribosome factory where the proteins are made. And it does another function called translation. So whatever your parents wrote, the ribosome doesn't know what language that was. So now the letter that has been transcribed or typed, it translates for the ribosome. It says, okay, this is the meaning of it. Understand? This is the letter that I brought to you. This is the meaning. And now you code these things. And the ribosome code those proteins. And let us say you're stressed out. The stress-related genes are upregulated. And then the information came from transcription from DNA to RNA, translation from RNA to ribosome, and ribosome produced nuclear factor kappa B. So when that happens, now you've expressed all the genes which are actually pro-inflammatory, and you're getting inflammation in your body. So what happens when you meditate? When you meditate, you modulate the gene expression in such a way that you downregulate the genes that are pro-inflammatory and you upregulate the genes that are anti-inflammatory, and their expression results in suppression of NF-κB, which is one of the many modulators of inflammation. And you reverse the inflammation by meditation. Now you must be wondering, what is all this going on? Meditation affecting my genes, affecting my mind, and then affecting the proteins and affecting the inflammation. This is very complex. And does this really happen? And does it happen that fast? And the answer is yes. It happens. So they wanted to do some studies. So this is just a synopsis recently published in Frontiers of Immunology. They looked at 18 different studies. So what they wanted to do was look at all the studies on meditation that had a specific reason to do the study, to study its effect of meditation on genetic expression and wellness. Now, there are many studies they looked at but did not include because not every study was scientifically rigorous. So for whatever reason, they analyzed and picked up 18 studies. Now, not all the 18 studies were all on the meditation as we do meditation. Some of them were actually on pranayama, some were yoga, some were tai chi, and some were mindfulness-based stress reduction, different types of meditation, transcendental meditation. They're different. But the one thing you have to understand from scientific point of view is meditation, pranayama, yoga, tai chi, transcendental meditation, mindfulness-based stress reduction, relaxation practices, they are really all, as far as the biochemistry and genetic expression is concerned, they're all mind-body practices. So there are all these practices where you somehow alter your mind, the concentration, focus of the mind, and through that alter everything else that you alter in the body. So some of these studies were several weeks, some were months, and one or two studies went on for a year. And what they studied in most of these studies was, because it's easy to study, you can measure this enzyme called NFKB. So this is actually, if this level is increased, gene expression is increased. So they studied this level of this enzyme in these people that did the mind-body practices. And what they found out is that 80% of these studies, within weeks to months, actually found reduction in the inflammation-related genes and the transcription factors and the translation factors. So different methods they all study. You can study transcription, you can study translation, you can study NFKB, but whichever method they studied with. So we don't need to go into very rigorous scientific details of methodology. They found out that meditation eventually leads to immediate change. 3 to 4 weeks really is immediate change in your genetic expression in such a way that you reduce inflammation. So this is another study. What they did was they looked at specific transcriptome changes associated with blood pressure reduction in hypertensive patients after relaxation response training. So this is from Harvard. So what they call relaxation response is a scientific term they use for a 20-minute breath focus meditation. Remember, you all did that 2-minute breath focus with me, which we discussed that we should actually prolong that. So if you take that to 20 minutes, morning and evening, and you do that for 6 weeks, that's exactly what they did in this relaxation response training study. And the breath focus that we talked about, where you focus on the breath, breath in, breath out, all thoughts, feeling, and sensations are kept at bay. They come in, they go, you don't react to them, you don't invite them, you don't reject them. That is the practice we're talking about here. So you did that practice. So this is what they did in these people, and they found out that different areas that they studied, they found out that this meditation, relaxation response resulted in 172 genes that were regulated. Now, these are all health-related genes. Some of these genes are in causing inflammation. So the pro-inflammatory genes were down-regulated, suppressed. The anti-inflammatory genes were upregulated. They also found out that improved their circadian rhythm. They also found out that 8 weeks of meditation improved their glucose metabolism. So those of you who are diabetic, pay attention, because there is a positive effect of meditation on glucose metabolism. Okay, so meditation and wellness in general. So we looked at today the genetic side of it, but this genetic side finds expression in three distinct areas where studies have been done. So we at length discussed the inflammation, and we found out that NF-κB levels go down. There's some study that looked at very direct markers of inflammation like C-reactive protein, and they found out that there is clearly or a erythrocyte sedimentation rate, the simple blood test that you can also do, and found out that they can get downregulated. So meditation, how does it lead to wellness? One pathway, inflammation. Second, they found out that meditation also increases your immunity. Some studies measured CD4 and T cell count, and these are cell mediators of immunity. And they found out that there is an upregulation, increase CD4 count and T cell count, and they both result in better immunity. So these days, we're talking about COVID, and Swamiji was talking about the pranayama and Om and meditation and its role in COVID-19. There is no doubt that there is a huge role that he mentioned about taking away the fear factor, right? The fear factor itself can result in a lot of side effects. In addition, there is a direct effect also. Your CD4 count and your T cell 4 count improves. So meditation also improves your wellness by improving your immunity, which is very relevant these days. And the third aspect is there's always in our body, there is processes going on which result in aging. So what happens is there are some proteins that are not needed when we get old, and certain cells are not needed and they have to be destroyed. All their destruction of aging cells occurs inside our mitochondria. When they are destroyed by the mitochondria, there are certain substances that are released and they are harmful to the body. It's exactly the same way when you cook in your kitchen, you work in your home, and then you prepare some dish, and so whatever is left over, you put it in a bag to be thrown as trash outside, and the trash collector comes in and takes the trash away. Why? Because you don't want to keep that trash in your body, because you know it is going to decay, decompose, and cause problems in the house. It's exactly the same way when the aging cell dies, then the mitochondria takes away the protein that is needed to rebuild more of those cells. But there are also certain harmful substances that are produced, and they are called reactive oxygen species, ROS. And remember, we talked about how colorful plants that have those pigments, which are called antioxidants. So the antioxidants are the ones that actually neutralize these reactive oxygen species. So you can just think about it, the trash that is created inside the cell can actually be neutralized within the cell itself, within the body itself, if you have some mechanism in your body of taking more antioxidants and neutralizing the reactive oxygen species. So you can think about it, something like you have a compactor or a incinerator in your home where you can actually take care of your own trash within your home and recycle that or deactivate that, which is what most of these, when you give the trash away, the trash that goes to the storage facility where all these trucks take this trash, they do these kind of things. They do neutralization, they do dissolution, all kind of chemical reactions, and they neutralize it and they can use it for different other products. It's exactly the same way. So also they found out that we talked about, remember when I made a cartoon of chromosome for you, at the end of the chromosome, we found out there were areas which are capped. And that capping, you remember I call it telomerase. That's the enzyme that caps it. It's very important. If that capping of the chromosome is not maintained, is destroyed, the chromosomal activity goes down. And that is actually the molecular basis of aging. So they found out that people that meditate in their mitochondria, the telomerase, the cap that sits on top of the chromosome, is regenerated. So telomerase levels go up. When the telomerase level go up, then these caps on top of the chromosomes are healthier, stronger, more robust. And that is how you prevent aging of those chromosomes. Those chromosomes don't get destroyed. So inflammation prevention, immunity enhancement, and anti-aging. So if you really look at this, and if you ever thought of getting some pill, some medication, some nutrition, where you said, okay, can I get something that can reduce inflammation in my body because I want to reduce inflammation to cut down my obesity, truncal obesity, diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol. Okay. And then you could also say, well, I also want some kind of thing in my body, some supplements that gives me immunity so that I don't succumb to this COVID-19 infection or other infections. And if I do, I have the capacity in my body to fight it so that I don't end up damaging my organs. Well, that'll be a nice pill to have too, right? And also, can I have a medication that keeps replenishing telomerase in my body, right? Just like your protein supplements give you protein, this medicine will give you telomerase, and you know that the more telomerase you have, less aging will happen in your body. You get less old, right? So if you ever want to have a pill that has these three things combined in one, that pill, the strongest medication that is available for that is meditation. And that's why we say that meditation is such a profound practice for wellness. Now, again, those of you who have spiritual orientation and all that, you can take your meditation higher, concentration focus to dhyana also. But we're talking about this concentration focused meditation. We are only talking about dharana. The scientific studies that have been done, they have been done with what we call dharana, or science calls it concentration focused attention type things. Although technically speaking, according to Patanjali, that really is not meditation. Meditation is a step higher. You then have to have that concentration and focus become a dhyana on something else, right? And Swamiji will talk in detail about that. But anyway, so I hope it's a very complex topic. Please forgive me. I tried to simplify it as much as I could. And I'm also not an expert in genes, so please try to understand that. I also, for my own sake, try to learn it, simplify it, and present and share it with you. So if some of you find it very complex, well, it is complex for me too. But the bottom line is this. If you forget everything that I told you today, please go home with this slide in your mind. All the problem occurs in the body through inflammation. Immunity is absolutely needed, more so in this day and age. You don't want to age. You want to prevent aging of your brain. When your brain ages, you get Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, those degenerative neurological disorders. You don't want that. You want to increase your telomerase activity. So all these three things can be done with meditation. So if all else you forget, remember, please strengthen your meditation practice and learn to do it properly with Swamiji today and make it a daily practice. So I'll take some questions now.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. What an intense subject.
Yeah, it's complex. It's complex.
Yes. So I think so far we have not got any question. We'll definitely take, because it's a lot deeper. But one thing we understand is scientifically you have given all evidences and proofs that how important meditation is. So that's the beauty of our program, that we join every 15 days also just to re-emphasize things. So I hope that based on all these, whatever we have offered, people are regularly doing their practice and meditation. We believe and we trust that is happening.
So can we run a slight poll right now? Because a lot of people here are actually veterans from previous things. And what poll can we run? Like 1, meditating, yes, no. Meditating daily, weekly, how many minutes? So meditating at all or no? Meditating daily or no? Meditating at least 20 minutes or no?
Yes, give me a second.
We-
We'll do it.
And I really encourage everybody to respond because your response is anonymous. We don't know who said what. All we get is percentages.
Just I'm doing it.
I know I just put you on the spot.
No issue. No issue.
Just but I know that there was no question here. Anybody has any question, please free to ask and let us know. Raise your hand and we'll unmute you.
I will send a separate Zoom call link to all the people. Feedback link will have a survey also because there is some issue. I'm not able to launch the poll. I logged in another device. I log out. Still, I'm not able to launch it. I don't know. I may require restart. Sorry for that. But I'll definitely send a link to all asking these questions.
Okay. So once again, before Swamiji, anybody any questions, please free to ask or raise your hand. Or are you seeing any hands raised? There you go. Some hand is risen.
Is it possible for children to practice meditation?
Okay. So again, to every question that comes like that, I usually give the same answer, which is we should practice meditation. And if children see us, and if it is in their heart, in their desire to do it, they will copy it. But we should meditate on a daily basis and be a role model for them. And if it is in their sanskaras, in their understanding to do that, and they're at that age, they'll definitely do that.
Right. Okay, so with this, thank you so much, Dr. Sharma. We'll move on to Swamiji's. Before that, I'll just take a few minutes, a couple of minutes. Yeah, so as we all aware that IWSP Batch 6, we have launched it 9th of October in the introductory session, and 19th of October is going to be the program starts. So please do spread your words, spread the words. I mean, it will benefit it. So let many people get benefited as well. Please do keep all your circles informed. We have been keep sending multiple small clips of videos, increasing their, interest level and things like that. Please do forward, request your help. And then we talked about another initiative, regular yoga with IWSP. We have collected all the details. Quite a bit of people showed interest on doing with this. We have actually started first batch for US participants. A few more people I need to get in touch with. So the first batch already started. For India participants, we will be we'll be starting from October. So our backend team will talk to each one of you individually and then fix it up. We'll be doing it. So just to give an update that we have collected the feedback. If any of you wanted, you still can go and put your requirement. We'll take it, but we'll be starting from October for India. US batch already started and a few more people will be added into that. So with this, we'll move on to Swamiji for the practice of meditation. Over to you, Swamiji.
Namaste. A warm welcome to all our esteemed IWSP members. IWSP for life. Change to transformation. It's nice to have a change, but when that change gets transformed, we become a new person. A person with great body and mind. Great bodies and minds alone can experience the nature of spirit, soul, Atman, Brahman, God Ishvara, a Jesus, a Buddha, Allah. IWSP is constantly, continuously, with all sincerity, dedication, love, working to bring out the best every time. So whatever the changes, the new habits we are trying to inculcate, imbibe and practice, when continued for long time, Dirghakalena Nairantara Abhyasena, by regular and long practice, the change gets transformed. पशुत्व से मनुष्यत्व, मनुष्यत्व से दैवत्व. Animal tendency to humanity, humanity to divinity. Each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest the divinity by controlling the nature internal and external. Controlling the nature internal and external. Do it either by work. Expression of the divinity can be brought out either by work. Whatever the work we are doing, as a mother, father, son, brother, sister, we have a responsibility. We have our duties. We have our seva, service. So every act performed consciously with pure intentions, love, harmony, harmony within, harmony outside. Work, action performed with this manner becomes a way to express the divinity which is already within. The same divinity can be expressed either through devotion, bhakti yoga, love for God, seeing God everywhere, every minute, every moment, belongingness, connectedness with that highest power, pure consciousness, Parabrahma Tattva, devotion. It can also be expressed through Jnana Yoga, constantly thinking what is right, what is wrong, with God-centered life, with a life of service, with a life of devotion. One develops that intellect, Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Dhi Shakti, Medha Shakti, the capacity to learn all the great things and retain. Medha Shakti develops. We can express the divinity either through knowledge, Jnana Yoga, or through Raja Yoga, sitting and meditating, mind steadying our own mind, gene and its expressions. The present body, which performs based on the present mind. Mind is nothing but bundle of thoughts. And thoughts are nothing but subtle or subdued sounds. So whatever the sound we hear, whatever the sound we generate from within, produces the thoughts. Those thoughts, bundle of thoughts, mind, expresses through this body. Gets manifested through this body. This human body, which is a complex of body and mind. As we keep on telling, Nama Rupa finds an expression. Punyatma hai, Papatma hai, Sajjan hai, Durjan hai, great gentlemen also we see, and we see people otherwise also, good and bad. This word is a combination of both evil and good. There cannot be a place where there is only good and where there is only bad. If it is there, it is in imagination only, which we call as Swarga and Naraka, heaven and hell. It's only in imagination. In reality, the world is always combination of both good and bad. So, the sounds which are being heard are also reproduced, and these sounds are responsible for the thoughts, chittarutti. Now, it's up to you either to receive all the noise and reproduce those thoughts based on the noise and express in terms of unpleasant personality, Papatma, or receive all that is good and express only that is good. Stay away from all that is bad and noise, and constantly think of all that is positive and calm and cool, and express that. Choice is yours. You have chosen to express the divinity within. You are the children of immortal bliss. Amritasya putraha. How lucky we are to hear Shravana. Swami Vivekananda says, it is a sin to call somebody as a sinner. अगर कोई किसी को पापात्मा बोलता है, वो सबसे बड़ा पाप है, क्योंकि हर एक जीव में दिव्यत्व है, उसको प्रकट करने का, अभिव्यक्ति करने का कोशिश ही जीवन है. Every saint had a past, and every sinner has a future. अगर आज हम एक अच्छा मनुष्य जेंटलमैन होके बर्ताव कर रहे हैं, तो हमारा भी एक पास्ट होगा जहां हमने भी गलती किया होगा. अगर आज हम कुछ गलत कर रहे हैं, तो आगे फ्यूचर भी है टू बिकम अ सेंट. अंडरस्टैंड ज्ञान योगा. Thinking, Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Wonderful presentation by Dr. Sushil Sharma ji. Very complicated subject, simplified and presented to you so nicely. Yes, we have Bhagavad Gita, the song of the divine. All the messages of the Upanishads, Vedanta, put in few slokas, one by one, and beautiful thoughts flowing, taking one to eternity. Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, understanding all the great research happening in the material world, material science, Bahya Vigyan, putting in practice, gaining the wisdom out of knowledge and experience and putting it, sharing it. It's an art. Happens by God's grace, by love for profession and love for students. We are really lucky, and I feel proud to have Dr. Sushil Sharma with us, who can bring in all the science, the latest and the old, and see through the eyes of yogi, devotee, karma yogi, bhakta, and present to us all, so that there is no chance for any confusion, doubts. In this modern scientific age, we should try to see everything through scientific eyes. Then only we can convince our body and mind. Things that are convinced to our body and mind alone can be worked out. Eyes cannot see what mind doesn't know. The external eyes, whatever we are seeing, cannot see until unless that is there in your mind. What does it mean? So the external ears, the gross ears, the physical ears are directed by higher energy, which we call as pure consciousness, Parabrahma Tattva, Spirit, Soul, Brahman, Atman, God, Ishvara, Jesus, Buddha, Allah. That is the source which makes this physical eyes to function. This physical eyes receives the picture from outside and gives it to brain. The brain cells, neurons, produce an image, and that image is received by something which is beyond this physical science, beyond this body. And brain is nothing but the body part. We have to understand that. Brain cannot be mind. So that which is subtle runs this gross. जो एक सूक्ष्म शक्ति है वो इस स्थूल शरीर को चलाता है. सूक्ष्म में पीछे एक कारण है. There is a cause for an effect. And that cause, वो कारण, arises from something which is pure consciousness, eternal, Sat Chit Ananda. Satyam Shivam Sundaram, Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Om Ha U Ha. These are the expressions by various people who experience for themselves within and express through words, and sometimes there was no word. Ha U Ha. So those people are called rishis, seers, saints, yogis, jnanis. Avatar Purushas, Gurus. So how lucky we are to have that Guru Parampara, Rishi Parampara. So first thing we have to understand, to learn the external science, the material science, which is seen by this material eyes, heard by this material ears, needs a guru, a teacher, who has knowledge and experience. Now imagine the subtle science which is beyond the sensory organs. To understand the methods to reach there needs a guru. And that guru is available through Guru Parampara, tradition. Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Sri Ramakrishna, we say. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, who was Rama, who was Krishna, KM Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna practiced himself all the different religious faiths that we have. He himself practiced Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishta Advaita, Islamism, Christianity, Sikhism, all the different religious traditions. After practicing, he told, Joto Mot Toto Pot. So many faiths, so many paths to realize God. So a person who has come recently to uplift the mankind, Sri Ramakrishna, the complete avatara, the highest avatara, Avatara Varishtaya, who taught Vedanta to the world at large and at the same time revived the Vedanta concepts, thoughts in India. So, it's very important to understand what really religion is, what religious science is. Religion begins where science ends. What does it mean? After searching everything outside, you say there is something more than that, what is seen outside. When you feel, then we start saying there is something more than what we are seeing in the outside world. We are learning through science, and we start calling it as metaphysics. That is in the Western terms. But in Eastern philosophy, that is called as Darshana. Darshana means to see, to experience, not just through physical eyes, but also through inner eyes, eye of the eye, ear of the ear. This is what we learn from the Upanishads, Vedanta, and these are all taught by people who have experience, rishis. So, Guru Parampara, Rishi Parampara, we are very lucky to have a parampara to practice meditation. So this was my message to all of you. Meditation is not some fancy subject. It is a subject for life. Constant thinking, as already I have suggested the book, Meditation and Spiritual Life. All the subtle points are put very scientifically. Swami Yatishwaranji Maharaj, disciple of Swami Brahmananda. Brahmananji Maharaj, brother monk, Guru Bhaiya of Swami Vivekananda, the foremost disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. Why I am mentioning all these names? The pure consciousness, Parabrahma Tattva, has taken some form and presented to us in these recent times. And following that Guru Parampara, we are learning. So one should read Meditation and Spiritual Life regularly. Also, there is one more book which I am going to announce today, How to Seek God, Swami Yatishwaranji Maharaj. Again, this is a wonderful book to understand what is religion, what is science, what is spiritual life, what is meditation. My dear brothers and sisters, today we are here to practice meditation. We have learned the good genes can be expressed better by meditation. The bad genes can be suppressed or nullified by practice of meditation. Now let us practice together. So by the word meditation we learn, the word in Sanskritam is dhyanam. Dhyanam. Tailavat. When you shift oil from one vessel to other vessel, that flow is continuous. There is no interruption. Continuous flow of that oil from one vessel to other vessel. Similarly, continuous flow of thoughts towards an object. Concentration. Concentrating the thoughts continuously on one object is concentration. But every concentration is not meditation. एकाग्रता और ध्यान में फर्क है. ध्यान करने से एकाग्रता बढ़ता है. There is a difference between concentration and meditation. By practicing meditation, the concentration increases. Many parents come and ask, our children doesn't have concentration. Where do we have concentration? So, very nicely answered by Sushil ji. Should children meditate? The answer is everybody should meditate. As early you start is good, so that habit becomes great. So if you really want to give some great asset to your children, give the highest. Rishi Parampara, Guru Parampara, Gyan Rashi. For that, be and make. First you practice and become, and you make your children to become like that. With this brief message, because I know many of our IWSP live participants are joining this session for the first time. So why I discussed all these things. Now onwards, in a next section, every 15 days, we will try to practice together, giving more time for meditation. This is an introduction what we are going to do. As I said, eyes cannot see what mind doesn't know. So you should know what you are going to gain from meditation, and that happens through regular and constant and long-term practice. So with this brief introduction, let us go and practice meditation. As we know, meditation is the highest pill, the wonder drug. That drug which can give you everything. Decrease the inflammation, increase the immunity, and increase the lifespan by increasing the activity of telomerase. Telomerase. So how lucky we are here to understand the importance of meditation. Constantly thinking and feeling and developing that vyakulata, yearning to practice meditation. We have to pray to God, oh God, make me free from all the work as early as possible so that I can go and sit meditate. Go sit meditate, imbibe the energy, and again come and work with more efficiently. Yogat yunjate. Become one with God, then come and express that godliness in your activity. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam, samatvam yoga uchyate, yogo bhavati dukkhaha, yogas chitta rutti nirodhaha. So, it is all preparation. To practice 1 hour meditation properly, we have to prepare ourselves the remaining 23 hours. The state of your mind during these 23 hours decides the state of your meditation in the 1 hour that you are going to sit and meditate. So, dear friends, it's very important to watch our mind constantly, to lead a conscious life. Pramado ay mrityuhu. One who is not conscious, one who is not alert, commits blunders and dies, says our scriptures. Apramadena. So, if you are alert, you are going to live. You are going to live a wonderful life. Live in eternity. Go beyond the cycle of birth and death. संसार बंधन से पार होके अमृतत्व के तरफ जाने का रास्ता है ध्यान. ध्यान जीवन, आध्यात्मिक जीवन, योगा जीवन, IWSP होलिस्टिक वेलनेस, स्वास्थ्य जीवन. Let us chant Brahmari for 3 times. Brahmari practice, Pranayama, so that every cell of our body gets proper oxygen and blood supply. Every brain cell gets the proper oxygen and blood supply, so that we get rejuvenated for our meditation practice. So close your eyes, close your ears, say humming sound 3 times. Let us practice Bhastrika, deep inspiration, deep expiration. Again, to increase the blood supply and oxygen supply to every cell of the body. Always remember the gross physical health benefits. Remember the subtle health benefits towards mind and connecting to the soul. Practice understanding the science, the yogic science, the physical science. The yogic science which is beyond the physical science. To reach, understand the yogic science, one should go through physical science. Bhastrika. And you should enjoy, you should have love. Things done with love and affection gives joy. Enjoy your Bhastrika. Enjoy your Kapalbhati, so that your internal organs get stimulated, functions properly. Prana Shakti reaching every cell of the body, free from all sorts of pains and aches. Practice Anulom Vilom, alternative nasal breathing. Bring in balance within. Harmony outside, harmony within. Root cause for all the diseases is imbalance in the body and mind. Anulom Vilom brings the balance. Balance in the chemistry, balance in the physiology, balance in the anatomy. What a wonderful technique our rishis have found and experienced and announced to the world. Oh, children of immortal bliss, oh, come and listen, I have got something amazing to share with you all. They said after realization, rishis. Our rishis have taught this. Anulom Vilom, alternative nasal breathing. When you do this, your Ida and Pingala is getting balanced. When those both are getting balanced, you are going up through Sushumna, Kundalini Jagran, Mooladhar se Sahasrar tak. By the word awakening of the Kundalini, we mean balance the Ida and Pingala by practicing Anulom Vilom, so that your mind starts flowing through the Sushumna, central canal, towards higher centers. When the mind flows up, reaches the heart center, then alone real meditation happens. Once real meditation happens, you are free from all the pains and sufferings. You are in just bliss. That's going to happen in one day. If our rishis have experienced, we can also experience. Because we are the lineage of our rishis, Rishi Parampara. Anulom Vilom. Omkara, Pranava. All sounds give rise to thoughts. Noise gives rise to disturbing thoughts. Calmness gives rise to good thoughts. Omkara is the highest calmness because it is symbol of God, symbol of consciousness. Parabrahm ka pratik hai. Ninada, Omkara Ninada, Shabda. Shabd se Alochana, Rutti, Vichar. So let us focus all the sound which is eternally vibrant inside and outside. Let us tune ourselves to listen to that Anahata sound. Anahata is called. Omkara is called that Anahata. Constantly Om is there everywhere, outside and inside. We are not able to listen because we have not tuned. We have got a radio, and if you are not tuned to that station, you will not be able to listen to that station's message. So similarly, constantly Omkara is being heard. If you can tune your mind up, you can listen to it. So for that we have to practice Omkara 3 times. We have tuned our body and mind to that higher consciousness Om. When that is tuned, all noise is gone, only Om is remaining. When there is only Om remaining, all the thoughts arising out of Om, only pure thoughts. And that pure thought alone can flow towards God. When that happens, you are in a state of meditation. Continuous flow of thoughts towards God, higher consciousness, purity, Brahman, Sat, Chit, Ananda is meditation. That is real yoga. All other yogic practices are just preparation to reach there. Loote to bandar looto. Mare to hati maro. If at all you want to go and rob the highest. If you want to hit something highest and get it. What wonderful teachings all our great teachers have taught us. Feel every word of our great teachers. Dear friends, we have tuned our body and mind for today's meditation. We have prepared enough to go and enjoy the meditation in the next 30 minutes or so. I hope you are all ready, and if you can put on your videos and sit with me, that will be wonderful, and that may encourage my IWSP team to take some screenshots, which you can proudly share with your friends. If you are ready, you can put on your screen, or in your own way you can listen and follow. So we have selected a calm and quiet room which is free from all the disturbances. It's very clean and neat, good light, fresh air we are getting, and early hours are the best hours for meditation because whole universe is calm and quiet. So we have selected early morning and place a picture of Ishta Devata, a Rama, Krishna, Hanuman, Anjaneya, a Ganesha, a Kali, a Durga, a Jesus, a Buddha, Allah, Omkara symbol, or just a Deepam, Jyoti, whatever you like. Just have that in front of you. Try to focus on that for some time. Feel. And if you got some good fragrant agarbattis, have that agarbattis on. And before sitting for meditation, it's always good to take bath and fresh clothes, pure clothes with good asana. So with all these basic preparations, we are ready. We are seated. Sthira Sukham Asanam. The asana in which you are seated should be sthira. You should not move your body here and there. Already reason we know. If water inside a vessel should be kept properly, it should not sprinkle out. You should not shake the vessel. So the mind which is already in this body, if you don't want that to oscillate here and there, if you want that to focus on the object of meditation, you should not shake your body. Sit in a comfortable posture. At the same time, you should not have pains. Sthira Sukham Asanam. And the spinal cord should be in straight line. Neck, chest, back should be in straight line. Omkara Mudra, Pranayama Mudra, the thumb and the index finger, all other three straight like this. Place on your thighs. This is one way. And other way is placing your right palm on the left palm and resting it on the in between two thighs. This is what we follow in our tradition, as taught by our great gurus. So whatever the tradition you have learned, sit, but the posture should be Sthira Sukham Asanam. Yes, we have selected a place, we are seated, we are very comfortable, no pains, mind is away from all the thoughts, we are very much determined. So to sit for at least 30 minutes in this posture. We are given instructions, we are ready, and we are eagerly waiting to enter the divine temple. This body is a divine temple. When you go to temple, we go with good feelings. So we are going with good feelings. We are going to enter this divine temple of our own body, which is nothing but pure consciousness, not this physical body what is being seen. The pure consciousness has taken this form. Ours is a divine temple, our body. We have entered our own body. We have rejected everything. You are entered here means you are not there, you are here. Your body is here, your mind should also be here. So for that we practice breathing techniques. Ekagrata, Eka Agra, Nasika Agra. So focus should be on the tip of the nose in the beginning, then see how the air enters. So let us try to practice the breathing exercise, which will help to improve the concentration, which will settle the mind. The mind is very much fickle in nature. So by a good practice of breathing, we help the mind to settle down. A calm and settled mind is very important for meditation. So for that we have to close all our sensory organs which are going out and direct them inside. Close your eyes, close your ears. All the sensory organs directed within. The focus is on the breath, the fresh air, oxygen, the prana shakti, the divine energy is entering through our nostrils, throat, lungs. From lungs, it's reaching every cell of the body. Deep and long breaths. Watch your breathing. Normal, Sahaj Avastha. Body and mind are in a comfortable state. Such body and mind are of great use for our meditation. Before we go and meditate, let us pray for the wellness of all. By praying for the wellness of all, we attain wellness. Wellness is very vital for our practice of meditation. Let us pray like this. The feeling of want is what exactly prayer is. not the words. Though it begins with words, by sending the words, we are sending the feelings. So try to send the feelings. Oh Lord, we are all your children. May all the jivas in the east direction be happy, be contentful, be joyful, be in a state of wellness. So these feelings, when sent with sincere heart, reaches those and they attain wellness. When they attain wellness, our wellness increases. So by praying for the wellness of all, at the outset it's seen as if they are getting the benefit, but in reality we are getting the ultimate benefit. So let us send our feelings through these prayers. I will say the words, you send the feelings by following the words. May all the beings in the east, west, north, south, above, below, everywhere, wherever they are, let them be happy. Let them be contentful. Let them be in a state of wellness, swasthya. By praying, by sending the feelings, definitely they are going to attain the state of wellness, joy and happiness. But we are already feeling the result. We are experiencing joy, happiness, wellness within. A joyful, a happy, a wellness mind is what is required for meditation. Sthira Sukham Asanam, Sarala Pranayama, deep and long breaths. The focus is on the nose tip, starting from there, entering the center of the chest. The mind which was wandering here and there has now settled in. Deep and long breaths automatically calms the mind by decreasing the thought waves. Yoga Chitta Rutti Nirodha. By praying for the wellness of all, we are experiencing wellness within. For any good work to get the result, we need the blessings of the Lord, blessings of gurus, rishis, all the great people of the society who are constantly working for the welfare of the society. Blessings of these great souls is very vital for any good work to give good results. So why? To get the good result of the meditation, let us go and take the blessings of all the great and noble souls, right from common guru to the highest guru, right from the recent yogis to our rishis, right from the recent avatara to the highest avatars we have seen, and the leaders of all the great religions of the world. Let us pray to them to bless us so that our process of meditations goes smoothly and we progress in the right direction to experience the joy within. Now, with the blessings of all, we are about to move. How to take the blessings? I mentioned the words. You, with that feeling, you pray and get the blessings. Our Sashtanga pranams to all the gurus, all the great noble souls, avatara purushas, founders of all religions of the world, to all the great noble souls and elders. By offering our Sashtanga pranams with devotion, with right feeling, we are receiving the grace blessings. These blessings are very vital for our meditation. Sthira Sukham Asanam, Sarala Pranayama, prayer for the wellness of all, blessings of all, we are trying to enter deep within the spiritual heart. It's the center of the chest from where our emotions, bhavanas arise. That is the place. Spiritual heart, Chidakasha. Go and enter your spiritual heart. As I said, this physical body of ours is nothing but our divine temple. It's full of pure consciousness. That consciousness, purity, is found more in the center of the heart, spiritual heart, Chidakasha. There, pure consciousness, anahata, is constantly being heard. Try to enter that spiritual heart deep within. Because it's very difficult to perceive the abstract form of pure consciousness which is everywhere, let us take the help of image, our Ishta Devata, deity, Lord, who is nothing but that pure consciousness, Chidghana Murti. He is already residing in your heart. He is so happy to receive you. Look at his divine smile. Go and offer your Sashtanga pranams. Take shelter at his feet. Sit in front of him. Kayena Vacha Manasa. Be with your Ishta Devata, Divine Lord. Or with that Omkara, pure consciousness, Parabrahma Tattva. Look at him, listen to him. Just with his grace, drishti, kripa drishti, we can attain this highest state of meditation. Listen to him. Anytime he can give any great message which can make us a great person. Look at him, listen to him, just be with him, be with him. Ekatva bhava se, ekanistha se, with single mind focus, single point focus, with single thought flow, pure thoughts flowing towards God, bhava se, bhakti se, jnana se. Our Lord is so gracious. Just be with him. Feel the purity, serenity, calmness. Now let us meditate on the divine qualities of our Lord. Our Lord who is nothing but the pure consciousness, Chidghana Murti, is Parama Prema Swarupa. He is the pure love, supreme love. Meditate on the divine quality, Parama Prema Swarupa. Our Lord is Parama Prema Swarupa. I belong to my Lord, which means I am also Parama Prema Swarupa. Our Lord is Sarva Shakta. He is that highest energy who is responsible for everything in this universe. And I am his part. That means I am energy itself. Meditate on the highest energy. He is Sarva Shakta. He is Sarvajnani. He is the knower of everything. By His grace alone we can know the unknowable, which cannot be seen through the sensory organs, which is beyond the sensory organs, can be experienced by His grace because He is Sarvajnani. Meditate on the Sarvajnana guna of our Ishta Devata. He is Sarvavyapi. He is everywhere. He is manifested everywhere in every being. So, let us meditate on these divine qualities. Parama Prema Swarupa, Sarva Shakta, Sarvajnani, Sarvavyapi. Let us meditate in silence and become a dynamo of spirituality. Dive deep within. श्रद्धा से, भक्ति से, भीतर में अपने अपने इष्ट भगवान के साथ एकत्व भाव से, सद्भाव से be with your Ishta Devata. Experience the divine bliss. Sat Chit Ananda. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Shivoham Shivoham. Sthira Sukham Asanam. Sarala Pranayama. Spiritual heart, Chidakasha. Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata Gunadhyana. Be in silence. May your ears listen to that Anahata Dhvani, Omkara Dhvani. May your eyes see your Ishta Devata. May your nose smell the fragrance of your Ishta Devata. May your skin be in touch with the Ishta Devata, pure consciousness. All your indriyas absorbed deep within with your Ishta Devata, pure consciousness. Feel, experience. शांति शांति हरि ओम तत्सत् श्री रामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु. Though we don't want to come out of the state of meditation because we have to move to our next activities of the day, we are slowly trying to come out. Feel the body, feel the external surroundings. Rub your hands, place on your eyes, neck. Open your eyes. See the divine within. With closed eyes in meditation, see the divine outside with open eyes around you. This is what religion in practice. Spiritualizing every day, every moment. A wife should look at his husband as the form of Ishtadevata. Husband should look at his wife, divine form presented to him in the form of his wife in this physical body. Similarly, all our relations can be seen with divine eyes, can be dealt with divine feeling. That's what spiritualizing every day, every moment, every relation. So this is in brief about spiritual life in day-to-day practice, the importance of meditation, the benefits of meditation, the importance of regular and constant practice to reach the highest. ये सिर्फ एक दिन, एक घंटा, एक महीना, एक साल, न कि एक जन्म का काम है, अनेक जन्म का काम है. This constant practice is not just for a day or hour or a week or a month or a year, but for many years, not just for many years, maybe for many lives. Aneka janma samprapta. By the grace of the Lord, by the good work done in many lives, one gets this human body. By His grace, we get the interest to practice meditation to understand the real nature, and the grace of the Lord alone, we get great gurus to guide us. So we are all very lucky to learn all the great habits, practice together, and make this life a better life. Yogi bano, सहयोगी बनो, उपयोगी बनो. Be a yogi, be useful, and be accustomed to all. With these few words, thank you for everybody being with me, joining this session. Hope to meet again once in 15 days as promised, morning 6 to 7:30. Let us try to focus on the regular practice. Jai Ramakrishna.
Thank you, Swamiji, for the wonderful session. So with this, the next IWSP 2nd October 2021, that is for India, Sunday, and for US it will be 1st October. Please do join. We'll come with the different topics from Dr. Sharma on this. So with this, we'll go ahead with our closing song and close the session. And thank you so much, and have a nice day. Have a good night.